When have you discovered your spiritual side?
Yeah, uh, that's a really very big question because I feel like I'm not really that spiritually inclined. It's just that I'm really in tune to my emotions. I feel like energetically, and I can feel like the room and the people. I felt like sometimes I even feel like I know the person before them speaking to me, you know? So
Mhm.
I sort of had an awakening, like I think 2020, but prior to that, I already have such a deep, how to tell this, like a deep sense of how I see life, you know. My
Mhm.
perspective is totally different from the people that I've grown with. So I totally see it in a different level. And
Mhm.
that's the reason why most of my friends when I was in high school calls me like an elder sister because I always like take care of them. I tell them like, okay, life is this and that. So kind of philosophical kind of in that sense. And then after the awakening I totally understand like, oh, all right, so I'm like this, it's because I had like not totally suffering, but I learned impermanence at the early age. So I think that's the
Mhm.
reason why I had like a slow awakening in that sense, you know.
Mhm.
So it's not really that I was spiritually knowledgeable for so
Yeah.
long, but what I'm sure about is that I had a huge awakening 2020. I think most of
Mhm.
us had that when it was COVID times.
Yeah, yeah. Those realizations.
That's true. Yes, true.
Mhm. So what do you
And
do on
yeah,
a daily basis to connect with yourself?
mm, that question totally differs like where I am because right now I'm at home, but prior to being home, I was traveling around. But I make sure that I wake up just saying my gratitude that I get to have another day to experience life. This is actually I've been like this like for a long time already. And then after that, I tried to meditate. It wasn't that I was meditating for so long. So when I had the
Mhm.
awakening, everything just came like books, podcasts, spiritual gurus. I was listening to a lot. I have seen or I have read somewhere like from Deepak and Om Swami
Mhm.
that in spiritual awakening we actually have like stages where I think that's on the second stage or third. I'm not quite sure, but it's the stage where we awake after we have been feeling so unfulfilled with our current life. There will be a time that we will be searching for something externally. Like, all right, what's happening? Why do I feel this way? So you will be searching, and it's so funny because everything will just come to you, you know. So yeah, everything like, oh, this is so crazy, like I need to learn about myself and this and that. And I learned about meditation, so I really try to incorporate meditation on my day, especially that I'm here at home. It grounds me to my to my highest self because I think I've heard from Ram Dass that if you feel like you're enlightened enough, go back to your family, spend a week there, and see how it will be. So I really need to ground myself through meditation. So I do that, and I journal because journaling could really help us detach ourselves from our current mind games.
Mhm.
Because as a human, our mind will basically more likely lean into negativity because we have it's like conditioned for negative bias. So
Yeah.
I try to detach myself to my mind. So I do journaling. After that, I used to go out to the forest and then just experience the nature, you know, because I'm kind of a very sentimental person and I really appreciate the environment and the nature so much. The sunrise, the sunset, it's so beautiful. And I always feel at awe about it. So walking in nature. But right now, since I'm at home, I seldom do that, but I ground myself through walking
Mhm.
on the grass. Yeah, because it's grounding as well. And then
Yeah, feel
Yeah, I
heard.
listen to podcasts. Yeah, I also listen to podcasts. I really try to learn so much because I think it's not just about being spiritual, like becoming, being detached to the outside world, you know. Spirituality right now became practical because it's coming back to yourself. We all
Hmm.
have that spiritual side. We just need to recognize it. We just need to tune in. We need to tune out all the voices from the external world and just tune in. So all of us are actually spiritual in a way. It's just that we have our different journeys in life, and yeah, it will come. So I don't know. Yeah, for me to go back to myself. So what I mentioned is like, you know, make gratitude as your attitude every day. Meditate, journal, walk in nature. Also, how to say? Yeah, listening to spiritual gurus like podcasts. I do that, and I've heard also that, you know, depends on what culture or religion you are, but reading the scriptures also helps.
Hmm.
So, yes. How about you, Sophia? Have you
Yeah.
had this kind of experience?
Yeah, definitely. Like back around COVID times as well, like I started thinking like I'm not happy with my life and my job doesn't really satisfy me, and like I was thinking like what else could I do to make it better? And yeah, that's when I started to tap more into my spiritual side and try to connect with myself more, because we always find like external sources like why is this not good, why is that not good, but then I realized something must be inside, because like I already moved countries, I already changed jobs, but I still feel the same. So it must be like something within me. And you mentioned location. That is very important to me as well, because like I'm pretty much a nature enthusiast. So um, for me to like tap into my inner self, I really love to be around nature. Here in Barcelona, I always go down to the seafront. I really need a lot of sunshine, so I can't really stay in buildings for too long. And
Mm.
like when I was in Hungary, I was always going to parks, and there is something about water actually, you know, like I really love to go to smaller lakes and just be next to the water, because it actually
Mm.
really fills me up. And it's just very relaxing for me, so I can actually like tap into my inner self a lot more, and it grounds me, and I can really just meditate and just quiet my mind there. So location is very important to me as well. But yeah, it's just
Yeah,
crazy that everything happens in the mind and we don't always think about it because we always like blame external sources.
that's
So
true. That's really true.
mhm. What challenges do you face in your spiritual journey? Is there anything that you still struggle with?
Hmm. I'm not quite sure. I don't have any specific answer.
Because like for
But I
me
think,
sometimes like when I meditate, like my head is full and I try to meditate and then I get annoyed because I can't quiet my mind and things like that, so then I start journaling. And
yeah.
yeah, I'm still like it happens sometimes, you know, like we are not perfect,
Mm.
and like I need to like be in silence, and like if there is someone around me that keeps disturbing, so I'm still like learning how to be okay with people around me and really just focus on myself.
That's a good insight because I just realized like I've been not secluding, but since I was traveling so much and living abroad for like 7 years, I actually, um, how to say, I actually secluded myself to the world, you know. So I just have like few friends around me, and I make sure that I choose not choose my friends, but since I'm most likely closer to the Filipino communities, which who are working abroad, I know who are my people, you know. So I just have them close. So I have like good energies around me. So going back home, I can't choose like who are the people that I'll be surrounding with. So it's pretty much challenging for me right now. the same with you. Like I need to integrate and be, how to say, like be in the world and not absorb everything,
Mhm.
like all the emotion, everything, like the energy,
Yeah.
emotions and all, and it gives me headache. Like everything is just so overstimulating and so noisy, but
Mhm.
that's how it is. Like we just need to accept and be present, or remove ourselves, because we cannot change it. We can't change anything unless we'll be living somewhere like in the mountains, in the cave. So yeah, that's, I think that's also one of the challenges that I have currently. But as time passed by, I think I am able to accept.
Mhm.
But still, yeah, I need to really not stop complaining totally, but at least just minimize that voice that always complains and not entertain. Don't give energy to it, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So how do
that's what
you
they mentioned.
integrate
Mm?
how do you integrate this spiritual side of yours with the business?
Mm. That's the funny thing, because with regards to the business, that's when I actually had my awakening that I don't want to work back in a typical job, and I wanted to do something for myself and, live the life that I wanted to live. And I'm really into like service, and I don't know, I feel like a people person. But when I heard about the business, it totally connects to who I am. It's because it's not just about living financially free, but also creating an impact to the world, with regards to plastic usage and going back to yourself because of the self development, and
Mhm.
also connecting to like-minded people, which is the best part of it, because I felt like I found my soul tribe. And yeah, it's totally different to be connected with like-minded people. And mind me, when I started the business, the worst limiting belief I had was that I am born to work and not be a boss. And my beautiful friend always have a different perspective. So it I need to overcome that mentality,
Mhm.
and it took me a while, to be honest. But I felt like inside I really really wanted to be free
Mhm.
from the typical, let's just say, the system, because I don't want to go back. And the mission and vision of the company also speaks right through me. So I think that's why my spirituality, or who I am, totally fits the puzzle of the company that me and you are currently
Okay.
working right now. So yeah, how about you? Can you like give me something
Yeah, sure.
insight? How does the business
Um,
connects to yourself?
at the very first time, like I was trying to hide myself, I don't know why I did that, but I just felt like I should be someone else, like someone different. And because, like, I love running, I love yoga and meditation, and I'm like, but now I'm doing this, so I should focus on business stuff and everything. So at first it was like a really weird experience, and then I got to the realization that I can be myself, like the whole community, everyone supports you for who you are. So I started like opening up and just really tapping into who I really am, and trying to show that to the world, because it's really important to be authentic and just be yourself, be unique. And yeah, that's how I really learned to be myself as well. And the business really aligns with all my values. So yeah, it's crazy how I don't know, I just felt like I should be different, because like business should be business and personal life should be personal life, but actually you can integrate the two and still like create a beautiful community, a beautiful um, platform for the business. So yeah. Okay, I've got one
Yeah,
last
I
question
totally
for you.
understand.
Could you give me and the people who are watching the live just one piece of advice for everyone who's just like tapping into their spiritual side, who are just like learning more about themselves and trying to do more self-development?
Well, as what I've learned in my journeys is that we all have different journeys to take. Some are further, some are not. So if you heard or read something that doesn't resonate to where you are right now, then let it go, because to you don't need absorb it if it's not really resonating to you, you know. And no one imposes anything to anyone. So whatever you have read, heard, or what listened to, just take all the things that resonates to where you are in your journey right now, and start knowing yourself. Not anyone, but yourself, because we have our inner knowledge. I'm sorry about that dog barking, but but yeah, yeah, that's what I can only say. Like, just go within. We have our internal knowing. All of us have that, and we just need to really tune out all the external voices and tune back in, because we all have spirits in us. Like,
Mhm.
that's what I have learned, that spirituality doesn't need to be complicated. It could be also practical, you know. You just need to
Mhm.
go within. Go within, be at peace with yourself, love yourself, and then don't give a fuck.
I really love this.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Like, I do feel the same. Like, that's why I really try to make time to journal more and more during the day as well. Because, like, I usually just do some journaling in the mornings. But yeah, I really try to just, when you put these words on paper, you really have the time to, like, think about it and like get it out of your head, and after that you can think a lot clearer, and you understand your feelings and what's going on inside as well a lot better.
yeah, and then that's a really good thing, because journaling could help us so much. I've learned that we have like 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, and imagine like dealing with all those thoughts, you know, and all those thoughts will be coming back every day, again and again. So putting it back to
Exactly.
writing it down, detaching yourself from those thoughts could actually give you a really clear picture as to which is true, which is not, and
Mm-hmm.
then just pick all those thoughts that serves you, you know. So yeah, I can talk about spirituality, mind things, and all of this stuff for long, but yeah, I hope I have imparted value to
Yes.
everyone who's watching, and who are those who's going to watch the replay.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining me today. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure, Sophia. And yeah, wishing you an amazing day, and good
You
luck to
too.
this
Have a good one.
series. Bye, everyone. Bye, Sophia.
Bye,
Love
guys.
lots.